Hey, I need to talk about something serious for once, like more serious than the usual things I do. I know, I realize I tend to limit myself to only talking things that will make my parents wish they'd aborted me, but I'm allowed to do other stuff, alright? So hear me out here, okay? Like sometimes things really get to me and they really matter to me, even to my daft little brain. So about a month ago, there was a pretty horrific event by social media standards. No, like, it was actually pretty bad. Involving everyone's favorite involuntary condition, tourettes. Now, first things first, I need to clarify what tourettes is. The guy at the center of this story is a guy called John Davidson, who is well known for having tourettes, which is, it's a condition that's like the king of ostracizing you from society, but it doesn't really have anything that other people can understand. So, guys, to explain tourettes is, I think it works like as in you get like tics, and the tics are like a pulse, and they push you to do different things involuntarily. Involuntarily, for the record, means you can't fucking choose. It just happens. Does that sound fun? No, it probably doesn't. So bear it in mind when you're judging people, right? There's two different forms of Tourette's that I know of. There's the form John Davidson has, which is, well, whatever's in front of him. The slur book just fires off whatever will hurt them most. Oh boy, what a wonderful condition to have. It's not conscious. It doesn't choose. It's just like a mental probe thing attacking people via your mouth. The other one you get often is people who just like scream or make noises. And there's the cool girl on Twitch who has the version which makes you like twitch, and that wasn't supposed to be like a pun thing. I actually don't know what a pun is. Shut up. I got my own conditions, alright, and a few of you know about them. Anyway though, involuntary causes you to act out in ways that are absolutely mortifying for the person who has it and cause other people to totally not understand and then be like, wow, what a monster. Therefore you're ostracized, and it's cruel. So on to the actual issue that happened. So about a month ago at the BAFTAs, I needed some time to really organize my thoughts on this because I want to talk about a few more things, alright? I hope that's okay. If it's not, well, you know, tough titties. But John Davidson was there because a documentary he'd been part of, or film, it was being recognized for being really good. Now, if it was me, everyone in the place should probably have known. See, that guy, if he starts shouting slurs, he can't control it. We could be adults, but I'm guessing that wasn't done, so you can probably see where this is going. Something like the BAFTAs is like a conveyor belt of cats in front of a dog that barks loads for someone with Tourette's. But again, he was literally there for this film about Tourette's, and the whole thing about the film was highlighting that nobody has a damn clue about Tourette's. People are ignorant about it. Come back to that later. The irony here is pretty amazing, really, in all the worst ways. GG humanity, as ever. So, Michael B. Jordan, and I think his name's Ryan Coogler, sorry if that's wrong, were up for Sinners, and, well, you know, you can probably guess where this is going if you understand the condition at all. Unfortunately, lo and behold, out come the ultimate gamer word. Not only that, but all the mics picked it up. Poor John. He didn't get a choice in that. But, well, yeah, all hell broke loose. So the internet's genius reaction was a sort of mix of things. And it, frankly, made me lose all faith in humanity for quite a few days. So once again, onwards and upwards, humanity. Keep being you. But, like, be appreciated if you could grow up a bit. But I won't hold my breath because I think I'd die. Sorry, but we're not showing much hope there. So after he said the N-word, Twitter and all that stuff took it, and people were like, oh, I know what Tourette's is, but Tourette's don't make you racist. No, you don't know what Tourette's is. That's literally exactly what Tourette's is. Go ask Grok or something. I saw people saying he should be lynched, have his tongue cut out, be beaten to death, be locked in another room, be not allowed in public places. All these wonderful things that really... You know, sorry, that wasn't meant to be an overly threatening fist, but it's symbolic of my love for you. I do love you, but you can be silly sometimes. So, naturally, John Davidson was absolutely fucking mortified. And, well, guy goes to an awards for a movie about ignorance about Tourette's, accidentally has a tick in the audience. Entire world proves not only are they catastrophically ignorant, they're more ignorant than we could ever have expected, and even with all the information the world has today. Now let's just keep being ignorant. In fact, let's bring back lynching and isolating people for being different and, you know, other great stuff. I mean, you're blatantly progressive, like, sorry, please allow me for being a little bit snarky. It really made me sad. We are in an age where we can't be ignorant anymore. We can't claim ignorance. You know, you go, Grok, is this real? You can Google anything you wonder about. In the same time, you can make an ignorant comment about it. We can't do this anymore. We have access to the information. We can prepare ourselves, or we can educate ourselves after the fact and be like, kind of carry the load for the people who have an involuntary condition. They shouldn't have to be ostracized or put in like a room or beaten to death or whatever other progressive ideas we have. If we all took up that a bit better, then they could live like everyone else more fairly. Like, why do they have to live their whole lives alone because everyone else is an ignorant fucking idiot? That's not fair. The only thing that they have is a condition that other people don't understand. They don't have anything that makes them sick or wrong. Being offended by them doesn't make you right, and the fact that they caused offense doesn't make them wrong. There's a lot more to this. Like, I get that this is very hurtful for people, especially sort of Black Americans, but any word that exists, everyone knows. It's in our head. It's like a filing cabinet. All the crap goes in there. You know, you may not remember it all the times. Hell, I don't remember most things most of the time. But it is all in there, I promise you. Just your brain stores it away. It's just like, okay, feeds in, stick it in a drawer. So with someone with Tourette's, any word they've ever heard, it's on the slurs book. That's not their fault. It's the price we pay to have freedom of so many words, including their complexities, is that we be aware that some people who can't control what they say may occasionally use them in an inappropriate way. Again, back to us being adults. We should be ashamed. We should be ashamed to be ignorant, and we should be ashamed to hurt other people. And we should be ashamed that people who have no choice have to live in isolation because we who do have a choice decide not to use it to understand. That's not cool with me. I say we change. People look to the government or some other crap to change the world. This is going to sound extremely wet, you know, but it is a people power moment. We could just change it. We could just make it so everyone's ashamed to be so ignorant and to be caught out being cruel to someone. And then, like, it would just, you know, stop. There isn't a price to be paid. There isn't a downside. It's not like, but then no. Because, like, if you have a kid and they're born with autism, you'd want them treated fairly, right? Did I say autism? Whoops, I meant Tourette's. Oh well. Same difference, like, quite literally. We don't want people to be treated badly because they have something they have no control over. We want people to be adults and to try to understand each other, even to understand that these words maybe still hurt us despite people with Tourette's. And it's all part of the package, you know, but the burden is on us to be better than that and to be bigger than that because we can, whereas the people with Tourette's and similar, they have no choice and they already take the blunt of every single part of it, okay? I'm not trying in any way to dismiss the pain of anyone at all in this, but I don't know, we can do better for each other, right? We don't have to wait for someone else to change this. We could just collectively realize, whoa, our bad. Let's try to be a little bit more mature for each other, for the future, for everything, and for people like John Davidson. We can all just live. So much of the cruelties of the past were based on ignorance. We no longer have any excuse to be ignorant. Like back a few hundred years ago or a few thousand years ago, it would have been like, oh wow, this Jesus guy seems cool. Oh, he's dead. And that was like in the same piece of news stuff. Some parchment brought by a seagull or some crap. Man, I'm thinking it actually might be Harry Potter, but whatever, it's more interesting this way. But like even a couple hundred years ago, people were fighting over should books be translated into English because maybe it's more fun if the peasants are ignorant. I know, right? Charming. We don't have an excuse. Can we please move forward? Put our determination to be ignorance aside and ignorant. Sorry, like, I am ignorance. I have autism. Shut up. If I can try, you can try. Okay, we got to try to be better for each other because we care and because we're adults and because if it was us or someone we knew, we'd be hurt. Please. We genuinely can move away from all the sad times of humanity's history, but we got to make an effort. It's not a big one, but please. I love you guys, okay? And I hope this didn't come across as overly preachy. I hope it's a coherent video for start. I forgot to hit record, so it's had some issues. Matches the creator. Crap. That stung a little more than I meant it to. Thank you so much for being here and for listening to me, and I hope that the future will be a lot better for not just people with Tourette's, but for people with everything. There's a few things might not work great, but the ones that people involuntarily have and stuff, certainly. Let's do better by each other. Literally just, let's do it. Let's be adults and let's have some shame and some dignity and some respect for each other and use all those AI things that are ruining every other market to do something useful, at least, right? Take care of yourselves, all right? Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope it's coherent. It's probably not, but I did my best. I'll leave some links below to people who's talked really good and to John Davidson himself, and I hope you'll be respectful of these people because they have some real courage and strength, and I wish all the best for them, right? We'll see you next time.